Right then guys, before we get started on today's episode, just a massive apology for the lack of uploads recently. Started a new job, had to do a work thing, but I'm back with it now. Today we've got a little bit of catch up to do. We've also got a youth intake, and we've got two games. First of all, Liverpool away at Anfield, and second of all, Norwich at home at London Road. Roll the titles. Right then, boys and girls, welcome back to Upon This Rock. So, a little bit of a catch-up to do, and then we'll crack on with the youth intake and the two games today. So, last time we met was against West Brom, 2-0 defeat at the Hawthorns. So, we played 4 games there, and as you can see, our second half of the season performance has been questionable, iffy, patchy, any of those adjectives. That's how it's been. We haven't really won a game in the league for 9 games. So 9 league games without a win, and that was against Arsenal at home. I think I jinxed us when we said it was possibly a run to continue into the top half of the table. So we beat Bury in the 4th round of the FA Cup 1-0. Highly rotated side, as you can see here on the right hand side. Lewis Thompson with a goal on the 43rd minute. Very professional performance against Bury. We then followed that up with a 1-1 draw at home to Watford. Rob Holding with a goal for us, and then Penaranda for Watford, equalising the goal after the 32nd minute, and after that not a lot happened. A 0-0 draw away at Southampton, which in the grand scheme of things is very good point, because Southampton are in and around us in the league, as I'll show you in 2 seconds. And then we got dumped out of the FA Cup by Norwich, weirdly enough. 1-0. Bakary Sakho got sent off on the 70th minute, and then Cameron Jerome scored in the 76th minute. So, where does all that leave us in the league? It leaves us here, 13th. So, 27 games played, 6 wins, 13 draws. So, we are the draw specialists in the league, as you can see here. Loads of draws, the most draws in the league. We need to start making some of those draws into wins. 8 defeats, 3 goal difference, 31 points. I need another 9 points for that 40-point mark that we need. We are away at Liverpool first. We've had a little bit of an up and down second half of the season, as you know. We had 2 quite bad injuries. Dwight Gale is injured now for the next kind of 6 to 8 weeks. He's pulled his hamstring, torn his hamstring, and he'll be out for pretty much most of the season now. And then Max Clayton's out for a couple of weeks with a hernia, I think that is. Broken shoulder. So he's out for a couple of weeks as well. So youth intake, not a great deal. We've got I put a couple of bids in here for some of the youngsters. So Adam Riley and Tim Joyce are the 2 that really stand out. So Adam Riley is an attacking midfielder, but also can play as a midfield central as well. Good passing, good free kick taking, fairly okay flair and decision making, fairly decent physicals, good vision. Lots and lots to work on with Alan, 16 years old. Tim Royce is a goalkeeper, 15 years old, so even younger. Good decision making, good handling, good aerial reach, good reflexes, good rushing out. One-to-ones probably need the one goalkeeping attribute that really needs to be looked at. So does positioning as well. But 1-star current ability up to 4-star potential ability. That's pretty decent. Wayne Cook, not the same one as me. He's got an E. I've got one without an E. Central midfielder. He's okay. 1-star, well, half a star current ability, but 2 or 3 stars potential ability. And then Tommy Reeves, right winger. Took him on purely for his determination of 14. Good, fairly decent physicals. Crossing and dribbling are pretty decent as well. Work rate's good. Leadership and flair are also pretty decent as well there. And they're the 4 really that I've taken on. As you can see here, not a lot coming through the youth academy at Peterborough just at the minute. So let's get straight into the game. I say Liverpool away at Anfield. We are patchy in form. They are 8th. So yeah, so it's going to be a tough ask. And then we've got Norwich in a week's time at home at London Road. We drew 1-1 at home last time we played them earlier on in the season. So have results gone our way? So Watford, who are 19th, they lost to Newcastle. Burnley picked up a point at home to West Brom. So results are going our way. And we just need a few more points to tick over to that 40-point mark. We're going for the 4-2-1-2-1. Kingsley, Baldwin, Holding and Wisdom in the defence with Wildsmith in goal. Anderson and Lorente on the as the defensive midfielders. Hourihane in that attacking playmaker role, Cummings and Pereira, and then Zach Clough up top. So Clough and Cummings really need a good second half of the season because they're taking over from Dwight Gale, who scored 13 goals this season for us in the league. So yeah, scoring goals has been a little bit of a problem for us second half of the season, but hopefully the first half that we had should keep us up. Just gonna say, no underdogs, but let's see if we can pull a performance out today. Going to stick with calm, and let's just see if we can stifle them a little bit, and then hopefully hit them on the break. This 4-2-1-2-1 has helped us massively this season. We're picking up points away from home, which is great, but we really need a win sometime soon because we have gone, say, it'll be 9 games without a win. We are 13th, as you can see here in the league. Kingsley, great block there from Markovic, passes it back to Baldwin. Baldwin now is just going to play it out to Llorente, into Hourihane, into Cummings. Lovely first touch football there from the boys. Clough into Pereira. Pereira now taking on most of the Liverpool defence there. Takes a pot shot and audacious, I would say that effort is. Very audacious. So we're in the bottom half of the league here, as you see. 13th. Good 7 or 8 points away from the drop zone, which is okay going into the latter half of the year. But we do have some strong games coming up. Oscar Cup with Ojian with a goal from a free kick, around 25 yards out. Oscar Cup there, fantastic free kick taker in the game. Great stats on him. 25 yards out, top corner. Wildsmith, not a lot he could do with there. So here we go again. Oscar, yeah, top corner. Wildsmith gets a hand on it, but not strong enough, and it's 1-0 to Liverpool away at Anfield. Ojicup straight over to Guedes. Guedes back over to Markovic. Markovic now is going to drive it into Firmino, but what a save that is by Wildsmith. Pushes it onto the bar. Guedes into the on the right hand side over to Markovic, but Wildsmith's there to save it at his near post. All Liverpool at the minute at Anfield. I might go down to the counter attack and see if we can hit them on the break a little bit quicker. Guedes now from that corner coming inside, going to try and take a shot into Nathaniel Klein, but between Hourihane and Anderson gets it clear, and we're up to Zach Clough now. Lovely ball over to Pereira. Pereira is going to take on the left back, tries to push it out to Wisdom, but pass is too strong for him, and that's going to be the end of the highlight. Since Liverpool's goal and that little chance there for Klein as well, not a lot has happened, but David, I'm going to go David, over to Markovic with a free kick, takes on Kingsley. Markovic now going to get taken down by Llorente. Hourihane takes the pressure off of the defence, over to Pereira. Pereira just launches it forward. Might need to change the formation to the 4-2-3-1 in the second half. We seem to be a little bit isolated in the midfield. Roberto Firmino over to Klein. Klein now is going to take on Kingsley as well. He's going to try and whip a ball in, but Kingsley has to fairly decent tackle into Origi, but what a save that is by Wildsmith, and Holding gets the ball clear. Great ball there from Klein into Origi, but what a save by Joe Wildsmith, keeping us in the game here at the minute. 5 minutes before half time. Firmino now on this right hand side again, but Wildsmith catches and does that really easily there. No one really attacking him. Llorente now into Hourihane, into Cummings. Cummings going to try and find Clough, but he finds Pereira now in that behind the two central midfielders. Anderson into Hourihane, into Llorente, into Cummings, into Clough. Lovely ball through. Pereira now 1-on-1. Pereira 1-0 to 1-0. Great ball there from Clough into Pereira, and Pereira makes it 1-0 at Anfield. We're back into the game. I was going to try and change it to the 4-2-3-1, but I don't think I will now. Clough, what a ball that is. Pereira 1-on-1 with Simon Mignolet, and he just tucks it away. Lovely goal there from Pereira. Got his chance because João Teixeira is a little bit off form, and he's taking his chance with aplomb. 1-0 coming into half-time. Lovely stuff. Going to keep with the underdogs story, hopefully. That keeps the guys motivated, keeps them focused. And let's get straight back out there in the second half. Hopefully, Liverpool have changed their formation, 4-2-1-2-1. They were playing a 4-4-2. They have gone slightly defensive in the midfield. That might help us with this formation that we're currently using. And they've gone a little bit more open up top. So yeah, very interesting. Firmino's out on this left-hand side. Origi's up top. And Guedes is on this right-hand side. 25 minutes left and not a lot's happening in the second half, which is okay for me because we're picking up a point away for Anfield. Shots and stuff like that have been brilliant. 14 shots to 15 for us. 6 on targets for 5 on target for them. Had a little bit more possession. Pass completions about the same. So it's actually been a very, very even game between the two sides. Coming into the last 15 minutes of the game now. 2 changes. Hopefully they don't hurt us. Williams and Leo coming on. We're going to pick up a valuable point, hopefully, touch wood, against Liverpool away from home. That'll be 2 points from them this season. 1 point at home and 1 point away. But they are a top 4 side. Well, it should be a top 4 side. They're currently 9th in the league. Fought on that 40-point mark, but they're massively off the pace. 8 points off. Pereira now going to launch the ball in, trying to find Jack Baldwin. And that's it. 1-0 at Anfield. Pereira with the important goal for us. Just on the stroke of half-time as well. Fantastic result from the boys. Lovely stuff. We go to the next game against Norwich in really good spirits. Home game against Norwich. Hopefully we can come out with another 3. Hopefully we can come out with 3 points with that one. So the Sunday fixtures have happened as well. So Swansea are well above us. Crystal Palace drew with Stoke, so that keeps them in and around that relegation zone. And Norwich drew with Southampton. So it's very, very tight here around this. So it's 4 points from 18th to 14th. And there's another 3 or 4 points ahead of that, which is where we are as well. So we're 7 points clear going to this game. If we can beat Norwich, that'll be absolutely brilliant to our survival hopes. Right, Norwich at home at London Road. We're going to go back to the 4-2-3-1. Wildsmith in goal, Wisdom, Holding, Baldwin and Kingsley as the defence. Anderson and Hurahan in the middle, Lookman on the left, Pereira in the middle because he had a great game at Anfield, and Marco Mateus on the right hand side with Jason Cummings up top. On the bench, McGee, Burke, Lorente, Maddison, Leo, Chris Forrester and Zach Clough. Let's crack on. Fingers crossed, 3 points for the boys. So they'll line up with Naismith up top, Brady and El Ghazi on the wings, Brannigan just behind Naismith, Zuccolini and Tete in the middle, closer to Twanzombe in the middle there, John Ruddy still in goal, still got Ryan Bennett, they've got Pritchard, Jay Rodriguez, a lot of really strong players there for the Premier League. So let's see if we can come out on top of this massive bottom of the league clash against Norwich. Need a win. It's one of those games that is do not lose, to be fair, than anything. But we definitely need a win. As you can see here, they're only closing up 3 points behind us now, and it's a definite what they call 6-pointer in the game. Kingsley now, first real highlight of the game, over to Pereira. Back to Kingsley. Kingsley going to whip it in. Over to Wisdom. Wisdom makes it 1-0 to the Posh. 5 minutes gone. Andre Wisdom with the first goal of the season. What a ball that was from Kingsley at left back. Wisdom coming in as the other wing back. And he gets above his marker. Brilliant header from Andre Wisdom. Here we go. Kingsley. What a ball that is. Gets above Martin Olsen there. And it's 1-0 to the Posh. 5 minutes gone. Brilliant start, just what we needed in a game like this. Kingsley, another great tackle there. Second real highlight of the game. Anderson into Pereira. Pereira's taken on 3 men there. Going to pass it through to Marco Matisse. Marco Matisse, oh what a save that is by John Ruddy. Lookman picks up the deflection, but he's going to get tackled. It's a fast start from the boys. 4 shots on target in the first 20 minutes. 57% possession, 83% pass completion. So we're really taking the game to Norwich at the minute. I think they got a little bit lucky in the FA Cup tie because we were down to 10 men. I think we would have done them if we'd have got 11 men on the pitch. 6 shots now, first half an hour. We are taking the game to them really well. Hurahan and Matisse are on bookings at the minute. Cummings not having the best of games. Now Kingsley picked up a booking. 10 minutes before half time. Zuccolini now just going to launch the ball forward. Andre Wisdom cuts that ball out, passes it into Jermaine, and Zuccolini's come through the back of Jermaine Anderson, already on a booking. Is the ref going to send him off? He's looking like he's walking towards him with purpose, and he shows him the second yellow card, and that is an early bath for Bruno Zuccolini, and that takes Norwich into a very defensive shape, as you can see down here. Pereira now with the free kick, going to launch it in, tries to find Baldwin, but gets Norwich get the ball clear. Brannigan now, furthest man forward, passes it over to Robbie Brady, who's in this left wing back role now, but Andre Wisdom, what a tackle that was. Doesn't get past him at all. Highlight straight after that, Wisdom into Marco Matisse, into Pereira. They are very well camped into their half. Marco Matisse now launches it over to Jason Cummings there, but they get the ball clear yet again. I think they brought Ryan Bennett on to shore that defence up. Kingsley now, it's going to be wave after wave of a posh attacks. I think Lookman going to bring it inside. Lookman is going to take a shot. Oh, what a goal by Ademola Lookman. What a thunderbolt of a shot. Brings it inside on his right foot. Here we go. Kingsley pushes it into Lookman. Lookman launches it, runs inside, and he launches an absolute thunderbolt. Top left-hand corner. What a shot from Lookman. 2-0 to the Posh. 5 minutes before half-time. Just when we needed it. We're going to pile the pressure on even more now. Pereira into Baldwin, but Wisdom's going to pick up the loose ball. Wisdom's going to pass it back to Lookman. Lookman scores again. That's a brace for the young lad. That's a fantastic goal. 4 goals for the season now. Brought him in for today's game. He seems to be on really good form. Wisdom now gets that loose ball, passes it back to Ademola Lookman, and what a ball, what a shot that is there. Ruddy gets a hand to it, but that's it. 3-0 to the boys. We'll definitely needed this result. Gets us 10 points, back up to 10 points clear of the relegation zone. Just where we need to be going into the final few weeks of the season, and our running is particularly difficult. I'll show you that in the next few minutes. But very, very pleased with the boys and how they're performing. Might take some of these boys off just so they don't get sent off. Don't really want any more suspensions going into the final few weeks of the season. But we kick off with the second half. 10 shots on target, 10 shots, 6 on target, 52% possession, 82% pass completion. I think O'Horahan has really come in and done a great job in shoring up that midfield. It's just a little bit of cut above Chris Forrester and Lorente. Lorente's still learning the role, and Chris Forrester, I think he's one of those players that go in between the leagues of the Premier League and the Championship. So he's really good in the Championship, but I don't think he's quite good enough for the Premier League. It's 10 minutes before the game finishes. I'm going to bring Matisse off for Leo. O'Horahan is going to come off for Marcos. And do I have anybody for the left-back role? Can he play there? Kind of. And I'm going to bring Reece Burke on the right-back and put Andre Wisdom as left-back. They're the 3 changes I'm making. I'm going to get all the yellow cards off. I don't want any more bookings. 10 minutes before the finish of the game. And we've controlled this game since that red card, since Zuccolini got sent off in the 37th minute. That changed the whole game. We opened the scoring, Andre Wisdom, 5 minutes gone. But Zuccolini sending off. It allowed a little bit more space, and people like Lookman, Pereira and Matisse can really use that space really, really well. Lookman's on an 8.8. Pereira now with a free kick, trying to find Holding, pushes it back out to Baldwin. I think this is going to be the final action of the game. Bennett's just going to get that clear, launch it clear, and there we go. 3-0, first win in 10 games in the league, and it's very, very well taken. Lovely game from the boys. Ademola Lookman, fantastic game, 8.8, 2 goals. He ran his socks off down that left-hand side. So that win puts us 10 points clear of the relegation zone, and we have a better goal difference as well. So that's effectively an extra point. So we're going into the final weeks of the season in a really, really good shape. Even though the second half of the season has had a little bit of a collapse here, as you can see. We're going in with great form. So you can see our running. We've got Newcastle, Burnley, Chelsea, Swansea, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. And then we've got Arsenal, City and Everton. So really, really tough running. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come back these Crystal Palace and Bournemouth games. They're going to be the next games up. As you can see here, Crystal Palace in 17th, Bournemouth in 18th. They're the 2 games we're going to do in the next episode, which will be out on Friday. So that's it for today's episode. Please do drop a like on the episode if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already and you want to see more content going forward. And until next time when we play Crystal Palace and Bournemouth, I'll see you soon.